Folks, this took a long time to start today. I'm just going to lead off and say we had technical difficulties, or I should say, I had technical difficulties from 9 o'clock to right up until showtime. Call time was 9. And because of that, there is no retro cartoon rewatch today. Today, as you can see down below with the graphic, this is strictly Damien G show, your boy Damien G and Hokage 22 with a little conversation piece. Conversational piece, non-cartoon oriented. So Wade, if you're going to pop up in here, just know we are not, and I repeat, we are not doing cartoons. But what we are doing, am I the asshole? So people have called me an asshole a lot in life. That's okay. And you know that people have called me an asshole. But now the internet is going to find out if I am an asshole because you have a litany of things and stories that you think are worthy of us doing Am I the Asshole? So
Yes.
without further ado, take it away.
All right. So, my bad. I'm excited about this.
You are the asshole.
So, I have a few stories already. I think some of them that you will relate to, especially this first one, a little bit. Am I the asshole for refusing to take my shoes off in my friend's house because
You're an
his wife had to cancel the D&D session for everyone?
Well, first and foremost, hold on. If you're coming over, take your shoes off. Stop bringing your dirty ass, and I'm going to cuss in this one. So, kids, this is not PG-13. Don't bring your dirty ass shoes, sneakers, not tennis shoes, sneakers, boots, flip flops, mandals, those Vibram finger feet thingamajigs. Don't bring your dirty ass bottom of your soles into my house. I will kick you the fuck out. So if that makes me an asshole, sure, let's start there. The rest of it was what? The D&D got canceled?
Yeah. So the title is Am I the asshole for refusing to take my shoes off in my friend's house, causing his wife to cancel the D&D session for
You are
everyone?
an asshole. You are an asshole. If
right.
You're going to someone else's house, it's their rules. So if they tell you, take your shoes off your feet or get the fuck out my house, answer.
That is fair. All right. So also real quick, I want to give out a little bit of a fair warning. If I say something, one, I'm reading a shit ton of stories, and two, it's people typing on Reddit. Sometimes the grammar's not the best.
Right.
All right. Anyways, posted this on a throwaway because my friends know my main. I, 38 male, was invited to a D&D session with 4 other people at my friend's, Alex, 34 male's house. When I get there, his wife answered the door and immediately asked me to take my shoes off because they have a strict no-shoe policy due to them having a crawling baby. I explained that I have a medical condition called, I don't know, epidermolysis?
Something with the epidermals, something with your skin. Got it.
Abbreviation EBS, which makes the skin on my feet extremely fragile. Even mild friction or pressure can cause painful blisters and tears.
How the fuck are you walking?
So I have to wear supportive shoes with cushion, orthopedic insoles at all times, even indoors. Walking barefoot or just in socks causes me pain and can lead to bleeding.
Wear those insoles inside the socks.
She suggested I put grocery bags on socks over my shoes, but I told her that's unsafe for walking and honestly just insulting. She said she, quote, can't compromise her baby's health for my comfort. When Alex came to the door, he told me, just deal with it for a couple of hours or I wasn't welcome inside. I told him I wasn't going to risk injuring myself over a D&D session, and if my shoes were that big of an issue, I'd respectfully leave. As I walked to the back of my car, I overheard his wife telling the other guests that we're already there, that the night was off because I made a huge scene at the door. Later, I got a group text from Alex saying he was canceling D&D D&D night because it's not fair to expect everyone else to pretend nothing happened. Some mutual friends say I overreacted and could have just sucked it up, while others think Alex and his wife were ridiculous for ruining everyone else's plans just because I decided to not to stay. So, am I the asshole? Yes.
You know my answer. Yes. Their house, their rules. I understand the foot issues. I understand physical limitations. I got that. But if you've always been going to D&D at their house all this time to play D&D and you've abided by that all this time, why now?
Exactly.
And I'm assuming you've had this affliction for a while. So why is this a problem now?
Exactly. And
So
not
you know
to mention,
stay home.
yeah, not to mention, you are breaking somebody's rules and granted, yes, it is a medical condition. I'm not saying that that's not a that is a big issue. If you have a medical condition, make sure that you take care of your shit.
Yeah.
But if you are bringing in essentially germs to the floor to your
Gross.
friend's place and they have a newborn baby crawling around, yeah, no. You're the fucking asshole. I
Not
don't care
happening, bro.
what you say.
Right.
And if you are advent on trying to make the D&D session with your friends, find a compromise, make a workaround. Ask them to be like, hey, can we host it at my place instead? Or have everybody else show up in person, but because of my medical condition, why don't you just like video call me on Discord or Skype or some shit like that? That way I'm still there and we can still have
Skype.
fun. So yeah. This
R.I.P.
dude,
Skype, by the way.
yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, this dude definitely an asshole, and that was the whole consensus. Everybody voted him as the asshole. All right, let's see. Okay. I feel like you might have some opinions on this one. Okay.
Of course I do.
All right. Am I the asshole for forcing my diet on my boyfriend?
Go ahead.
All right. All right. I don't want to give the consensus away either because a lot of people have voted a certain way for them. But anyway.
Go ahead.
I'm from France originally, and I moved to the States almost 2 years ago now.
Okay.
Now, for some reason, the food here makes me sick. Not in an ew, that's gross kind of way, but actually physically sick. My body seems to struggle to digest it, whether it's takeout or fancy restaurant food. Either I can't go to the bathroom for days, or I'm violently vomiting. I tried dealing with it for months and months, but I started losing weight very quickly because I couldn't eat. I ended up developing a serious aversion to food, and my family recommended I go and speak to a specialist. I never had a problem back home, and I was terrified I was seriously ill. So I went to multiple doctors, where I was poked and prodded and had multiple tests done. They have all said nothing is wrong with me physically. I speak to a dietitian and he explained that my body is probably used to the amount of salt and preservatives that is found in foods in the States. Oh, I'm sorry. It's probably not used to. There we go.
Okay.
Please don't think I'm bashing the US. I love it here and it's a great country. My dietitian recommended a fresh and organic produce to see how my body coped and to my delight, I improved. I stopped vomiting and I was able to slowly start putting weight back on. I started making meals from scratch and meal prepping to save the time throughout the week. My dad is actually a chef back home, so he was more than happy to send me recipes to keep my diet interesting. I made delicious vegetarian lasagna from scratch and put it in the oven to cook. My boyfriend, American, came home after work and asked what was for dinner. I said I was making a veggie lasagna. He rolled his eyes and said he was sick of that organic crap and wanted a cheeseburger. The comment hurt. I made a real effort to I am stumbling over my words. I apologize. The comment hurt. I made a real effort to at meal times to keep it varied so we're not always eating the same thing. I said I couldn't make one because I didn't even have any burger buns. He said it was unfair to make him eat my diet. I never realized he was opposed to it. He benefited from home cooked meals, and I had seen that his clothes were fitting him better. He had more energy and didn't sleep so much on the weekends. I apologized and said I didn't mean it. I apologized and said I didn't mean to make him feel forced. Am I the asshole for forcing my diet on him?
Yes, but with an asterisk. First off, lady, land the plane. Too many paragraphs. You're losing the ADHD crowd. Okay?
Yeah.
Stop with the 10 paragraphs. Number one, you are the asshole, but not for the reasons you think.
Yeah.
Not because you wanted to improve your boyfriend's health, because I can tell you from experience, when I lived overseas and when I came back here, my stomach was not ready for American food when I came back. So I understand having to deal with a health issue. Now, here's the rough part. If you have to have a special diet, that doesn't mean he has to have your special diet. That's the equivalent of me saying, I'm going to be a vegetarian, but I'm going to force my partner to do so. Now, if she's saying he just went along with it, that's on him for not speaking up.
I think that's the consensus because she did. Well, okay. OP doesn't say what their gender or age is, but they say that he benefited from home cooked meals and he didn't say anything.
Because he didn't have to
upfront
cook.
about
Of course,
that.
he benefited.
So it doesn't sound like they forced this onto him. He just went along with it. So I feel like it's a little bit on him, but the consensus that Reddit has said is that this person is not the asshole because they are making their own food for themselves because they can't digest American food because of all the preservatives and salts.
Yes.
So I'm gonna agree on Reddit here saying like they're not the asshole. I think the boyfriend is an asshole because he's just now speaking up about like, hey, I don't want to eat this healthy product or organic shit anymore. I want something unhealthy and American. So
Again, if he wants a cheeseburger, make it yourself or go grab one. But on her end, don't force him.
yeah. And I think they also just put forcing just to actually like get people to like click the story.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I understand where you're coming from because forcing can have two terms of like either you're going to eat this or kick rocks or
Kick
this
rocks,
is-
bitch.
or this is something that I have to make for myself. You're welcome to eat it, but you don't have to. But at the same time, they feel like they have to because it's something that they made for themselves.
Okay.
Hang on. There was one in here that I had that I thought you might find funny. Okay. No, hang on. I got one.
Come on, man. You gotta have these in the chamber. Come on.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find good ones that I think will be funny. Okay. Am I the asshole for not letting my girlfriend, 20 female, go on a trip with her sister?
That's it.
That's the title.
Okay. Okay. I'm like, that better not be the whole thing, because
No, because I'm giving the title first. That way you have a consensus of like what we're about to get into and have your initial thoughts. Okay. So I, 25 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 20 female, for a while. We are long
Okay.
distance and have a pretty healthy relationship. We are currently fighting over an upcoming trip she wants to take to Colombia with her older sister. Typically-
Colombia. Okay.
Yeah. Typically, I wouldn't have a problem with this, as I am always traveling and seeing the world, even if I can't be, I can't be apart. The issue this guy does not know how to type. The issue is her sister. Let me explain. One, her sister has constantly tried to get my girlfriend to cheat on me while out. Quote, who cares? Everyone does it. Her words. 2, her sister had kicked her out and left her stranded more times than once. 3,
Okay.
on a recent trip, her sister was the only negative part for literally everyone there. 4, she has put my girlfriend in a lot of uncomfortable situations and has spoken to her very poorly whenever my girlfriend doesn't do what she wants. And 5, she has zero respect for our relationship
He's not the asshole.
or
Next.
quite honestly about herself. Anybody but herself. My girlfriend's mom, grandma, and best friend have all told her that her sister is bad news. My girlfriend now thinks that I am holding her back and, quote, ruining a great opportunity, and
Nope.
I'm being controlled because I said no. I am usually laid back, but my girlfriend always asks me if she can do stuff, and I nearly always say yes unless it is something I'm really uncomfortable with. And she always listened, even if I got pushback. This time, my girlfriend is absolutely refusing, or just can't see my point as to why I don't want her to go on this trip with her
Why
sister.
do these people make so many paragraphs?
Literally any other person would be fine with. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend if she goes on this trip, then I walk out the door?
You are both grown adults. You both make decisions. If he has what he thinks and she has what she thinks, it's like going back to the first case we talked about. 2 adults, 2 choices. If she goes on this trip, it will affect their relationship. And I have experience with this because I have in relationships in the past, I have told and asked partners things that I know are not good news. Please don't go. Here's the reasons why. All the evidence points that this is a bad idea, but because I suggested it, problem. So, in my reverse psychology sense, go ahead. But I guarantee you, when you come back, I ain't gonna be here.
It's funny because Reddit would deem you and this dude the asshole.
I'm okay with that. No, but here's the thing: it's not about being an asshole. I think it's when you hear a lot of these types of conversations, we fail to realize the choice is there for both people. Either A, you stay or you go to the trip or not, or B, you stay or you go in the relationship. 2 adults, 2 statements. Now, do I agree with it being an ultimatum? Phrasing. I had this conversation at work yesterday. Tonality and phrasing matters. So if you're walking in here, kicking the door, waving the 4-4 like Biggie saying, you ain't going nowhere, that's a bit of a problem. But if you're expressing like, hey, the evidence is dictating your sister, who in her own words has been trying to get you to cheat on me for years, wants you to go to Colombia, and her parents are saying, hey, this ain't a good idea, your sister's bad news, make the choice because you're an adult. You can make that choice. But do I think he's an asshole? No, I think he's basically just sharing how he feels. And I just don't agree with the way he phrased it, if that's how it's being phrased.
Yeah, that's how it's being phrased, because I understand your point of view, because yes, 2 grown adults can make their own decisions, but
Yes,
he is phrasing it in a way where he has given the evidence. And I'm not saying that the sister is a good person. The sister is a horrible person for essentially just being a very self-centered person. And whenever she doesn't get her way, she makes it everybody else's problem.
correct.
However, the way that this guy phrases it is that either you go or I go. And I understand, like, yes, that is a boundary because she is kind of overstepping one a little bit, but it's a bit of a harsh one because, and there's also one comment that I want to get to in a little bit that kind of shines a light on this a little bit. You offering an ultimatum in a relationship is never always a good solution. It's always going to end, not always. It will most likely end in a broken relationship or somebody not trusting the other.
Right.
And I think this comment kind of glances it over. It says, quote, and I nearly always say yes. How generous of you. Ultimatums never end well, and you don't get to decline permission or forbid her to do anything. The post comes off as gross, and your relationship isn't nearly as healthy as you think it is. I kind of see why, but at the same time, we don't know the girlfriend's point of view. We only get the boyfriend's point of view as to like, it's very healthy, we're long distance, but at the same time, what's it like on her end? We don't know that.
Right. And with every one of these stories, we can say we're only getting one side. But
Yeah.
it's the side that's being talked about. So
Yes.
I don't think he's an asshole, but you do. I agree, phrasing matters. But even if the roles were reversed, I would still say, hey man, if they're expressing themselves and saying this is bothersome, this is a boundary violation, for all these reasons, I'm telling you, this doesn't smell right, and you still do it, that means, hey, you don't care. You don't care.
Yeah.
Or B, you're being petty. Either way, fucked up.
Yeah. Okay. Got another one. This one, hopefully a little bit of a lighter note. So, would I be the asshole for refusing to wake up early so my sister can go to therapy in a different room?
You know what's funny? You could literally just say it like that without the story, and I can give you a quick response. How about this? You give me the title, I share lightning quick response, either yay or nay.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about it after I've made that choice, and let's see if I change my mind.
That's what I'm hoping for. All right. So
say it again, the first part.
Would I be the asshole for refusing to wake up early so my sister can go to therapy in a different room?
Yes.
All right. My twin, 22 female, and I, 22 non-binary, have been living at home since graduation from college. She has been working a remote part-time job, and I just got back from an out-of-state summer job. Our house has 3 bedrooms, my parents' bedroom, the bedroom I share with my twin, and a study. She told me that on Wednesday she has virtual therapy in the morning at 9 a.m. Sorry. Which she will be doing in the study. Sorry.
What the hell was that, dude? Hold on. Wait a minute. What was that?
I lost my spot trying to read. That's it.
Thought you were having a stroke there real quick. Like, do you need an adult? Like, what's happening?
I am an adult. She told me that on Wednesdays she has a virtual therapy in the morning at 9 a.m., which she will be doing in the study. I told her I will likely be asleep as I am currently job hunting, so there's no need to wake up early.
Oh fuck no. Nope. I'm not changing my mind. That's fucking selfish as shit.
I am not a morning person. She then asked if I could wake.
Go fuck yourself.
She then asked if I could wake up before her call so I can put in headphones to make sure that I cannot hear her. The thing is that both rooms have doors that close and do not share any walls. As long as she is not super loud, i.e. yelling, I would not be able to hear her from our bedroom. Not to mention that I would be asleep and I can sleep through a lot. I said that I will keep my headphones by my bed. As soon as I wake up, I'll put them on. She still wants me to wake up early to put on headphones during her calls to make sure that I cannot hear it. My dad agrees with me, but my twin is insisting on it. I understand where she's coming from, and as soon as I am awake, I will put on my headphones. I just don't see the need to wake up early for this. Would I be the asshole if I stayed asleep during my sister's therapy appointment in a different room? Now, before you give your input, there are 2 edits. So, edit for some clarity. My parents will be at work, which is why she didn't ask them. I also go to therapy in person. The main reason I am preferring to sleep is due to my insomnia and depression over the summer when I had a job. Whenever I had a job, I was able to consistently wake up early at 6 a.m., but I'm currently unemployed and job hunting. And job hunting it is hard for me waking up early. Something I have been working on with my therapist on. Edit number 2. We talked out more and tested the sound with me talking in the study and her in the bedroom, and she could not hear me talking at a normal volume. We will also keep a fan on in our room for white noise, and I will put on headphones when I wake up. Thanks to everyone for your advice.
$1 million question. Why don't they go to the fucking study?
Well, that's
the
what they
parents
said.
aren't even home.
That's what
Go
they're
to your
saying.
parents' room.
They're saying that the sister is going to the study to take her therapy session.
So, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. See, because the way the story's being portrayed at first, even till now, it took a while for me to catch up. Is it a matter of the one going to therapy doesn't want to use the study, or is it the insomniac non-job having person doesn't want to sleep in the study?
No. So what is happening is that OP and her sister share the same room, and the sister is taking therapy at 9 o'clock in the study. The sister is asking OP that whenever they do wake up, or if they wake up early, to like put in their
But
headphones
if
and
you
not
can't
listen to
hear
their session.
anything, if you can't hear anything, what's the problem?
I'm assuming that the sister just doesn't want people to listen in on their therapy sessions.
They're both assholes.
Yeah. But from what it sounds like, and plus Reddit has deemed him not the asshole because they already talked it out and they figured out, okay, it's basically nothing.
Waste of our time.
Yeah. But I think the sister is a little bit of the asshole because why insist on asking them to wake up early when one, they're not going to your therapy, and two, they're not going to care.
Still the asshole. Both of you know what? This is one of those rare you're both assholes. because if this was I'm thinking about therapeutic endeavors. You know what this is?
The world's smallest violin.
Yes. I don't have a job. I'm an insomniac. I don't want to get up early. You are sharing a room with somebody. Both of y'all figure it out. You're both assholes.
All right. This one's another bit of a big one. All right. Am I an asshole for judging my husband's friends ripping off a charity hospital?
You are an asshole. Wait. Is she the asshole for judging the friends?
Judging her husband's friends for ripping off a charity hospital.
So right off the rip, she's not the asshole. Just going off the title, she's not the asshole. Continue.
Yeah. Okay. Throwaway count because I suspect the people involved could be prosecuted legally if their identity is uncovered.
Keep talking. I'm going to step out for a second, but I'm listening. Keep talking.
This is a long story, but I'll try to be concise. In high school, I met Sarah, not real name, and my now husband, Sarah, was odd, stingy, and a bit racist. Oh God, weird morals. So we drifted apart. Okay, good. My husband remained friends with her. So when he and I got together later in life, Sarah came back into mine. I assume she had grown out. I need to zoom in on this shit. All right. I assume she had grown as a person and was happy to get reacquainted. However, one of our first conversations involved her boasting about how much money she makes. Her high income is due to the hard work of unions. Oh no. Which she refuses to join because of the expensive fee, while expecting ongoing fee union advice from my husband's mother. She owns her own home and is also a landlord. Her partner makes less than her, but they are very comfortable. Already off the bat, I hate Sarah. Sarah lately proudly told me she coerced a poor disabled friend into lending her a disability card so she can get a cheaper entrance to a gig. Then she lied about her financial situation to a charity hospital, not government funding, paid for by public donations. Okay, for the destitute to get free non-urgent medical treatment for her partner because she wanted to spend money on a lavish overseas trip. She takes these at least once a year. She bullies and dominates her She bullies and dominates her partner very publicly. So I don't blame him for her actions as what she says goes. Yikes. I have told my husband that if I have to see her, I will be frank with her about what she has done, and I am somewhat of a disabled and poverty advocate and activist, and it's something I feel passionately about. My husband thinks I am overreacting, and we have fought for weeks about this. I've become worried about my husband's character for wanting to remain close friends with someone like this. Am I being an asshole here? No, sorry. Am I being an asshole here? Could there be any justification for scamming a charity hospital? My husband thinks I am an asshole, thinks they must have a good reason for doing so, and is respectful that I'm extremely uncomfortable with them still being friends. Oh, God. So, already, one, you're not the asshole. You have a good moral compass. You are a good person because you are an activist. You help out people who are not, well, what's the word? That are less fortunate in life. And for your husband to still remain close friends with this person who is taking advantage of the system in the worst way possible, and is also just a bad person, not just in general, but to their partner. Yeah, that's not good. Like, that's horrible. Goddamn. My thoughts on this are that you are not the asshole. Point blank. Your husband, I would be very, very concerned about, considering that they are still close friends with Sarah, and the fact that they are, from what it sounds like, are almost kind of siding with Sarah.
Anyone that rips off a charity, even if it's a bad charity, you still don't. If this isn't a case of Robin Hood, right? They're not taking it from the charity and giving it to the impoverished. They're taking the money from the charity and spending it on selfish means.
Again, they are literally working the system.
Yeah,
they have it weighted to where all the money is going towards them.
Those people are assholes.
However, if you scam a pyramid scheme or a multi-layered company like V-Shred,
start that.
Just make sure that you give the money back to the people that deserve it.
Seriously? To quote Scotty K Fitness.
Seriously?
Fuck
V-Shred.
And fuck MLMs and pyramid schemes. Keep those shits away from Amway. What's the other one I said the other day? Herbalife, Mary Kay, all that shit. All that shit.
All right. Let me take a quick sip because my throat is starting to get dry, but I already have another one prepped up for you. All right. So, I have a feeling I already know what your quick-witted response is going to be. Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend at home and going to the festival alone instead?
You know me well enough to know my answer.
But for the people who are watching.
Say it again.
Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend at home and going to the festival alone instead?
Yes.
All right.
Continue.
I, 26 female, plan to go to the Japanese festival with my boyfriend, 31 male, yesterday at work. For context, I was working yesterday until 3 p.m. and was off. We initially planned to go straight from work, but since it was hot and sunny outside, we pushed it back later to the afternoon. I came home to him sleeping. This was around 3:30-ish, so I decided to just get ready for the festival. Around 4:30, I started waking him up, telling him we are leaving soon. He just turned his back and continued sleeping. By close to 5 p.m., I tried waking him up again and again, closer to 5:30. By the time it was close to 6 p.m., I decided to just leave him and go by myself. A few minutes later, I left. He texted me asking where I am, so I told him that I am already at the fest. He then proceeds to get upset at me for going alone and told me that he was sleeping so he can go with me in the afternoon, and didn't want to be under the sun on a weekend as well. I understand that he was working all week and needed some rest, but he was already home all day. I don't know if that's not enough rest for him. Told him I already tried waking him up multiple times, so I didn't decide to go. So I just decided to go alone, since I didn't want to miss the show. I was also supposed to meet up with some friends, which he is aware of, but I missed them because we got there late. We had a little argument over it, but I told him he can come along if he wants. He never responded. We actually have a message. He hasn't messaged me since then. So am I the asshole for leaving him at home?
Off rip, yes. As I got to know the story, no. But let me put a pin in that for now, because even though the cartoons aren't happening, the furniture still moves.
Good. Give me a fucking break from talking for a little bit.
So you know what time it is when this music hits, people. It is called Oops from Zed of Wild Arms, and that is the intro theme to my good friend Wade Ilson, aka quasi-producer, aka one of my riser guys, who is doing his typical run-in to tell you what time it is when he drops a dad joke and runs right back out. So Wade, you got here a little late, so I'll say this. We are doing Am I the Asshole stories, because for whatever reason, the cartoons were not going to happen tonight. So we decided to make this a chat of Am I the Asshole? And Wade, before you ask me, no, you're not the asshole from wanting your money that is owed to you.
Absolutely, you're not the asshole. If somebody owes you money, they owe you that money. Don't feel like you're an asshole for asking them to give you your money back.
Correct. And if they hit you with the hummina, I don't know if I got it. You know what to do. Fist to the throat. Yeah. Chop.
Now, see, if it's family or close friend, i.e., like Damien and I, we'll let it lean, but it depends on the amount.
No, I know the whole story. This was as close as you and I.
Oh, and he still fucked him over?
And he still fucked them over.
Ugh. Yikes.
So Wade is that, and I can finish the story offline. I don't want to blow up Wade's internet stuff on the internet, but just
that's
know,
not our laundry to air.
Yeah, Wade's not the bad guy here.
Good.
Yeah. So as we wait for Wade's, there we go. Nope, he ain't paying back. Exactly. So as we wait for Wade's dad joke, if you want to start the next one.
Let me see if I can find one. Also, on the previous story, I do agree with you. They are not the asshole, because they have tried multiple times to wake up their partner. They still did nothing, and they decided to say, fuck it, I'm an adult. If he wants to come along later, he can. I'm gonna go by myself and meet up with my friends at the festival. Okay. Oh, okay. This one's gonna be a bit of a long one, so apologies in advance. Am I the asshole for overstepping a social boundary while trying to be polite?
See, this is already touchy. I'm not even going to say yes or no. Continue.
All right. I, 48 male, and for the past 4 weeks, my wife and daughter have been visiting family abroad. I have not yet had the chance to discuss with my wife due to the time difference, but in any case, it would be nice to get an unbiased opinion from those of you here. All right, hang on.
This dead air is brought to you by Wade Ilson. When you need a dad joke, just call Wade. So for those that don't know, why did Bulma from Dragon Ball, why did Bulma become a scientist? Because she wanted to study cellular biology. Yeah.
To be fair, it's a good dad joke, but I think it would have been a little bit funnier if he said Dr. Gero instead of Bulma.
Yeah, that too.
All right. I'm gonna just quickly restart. I, 48 male, and for the past 4 weeks, my wife and daughter have been away visiting family abroad. I have yet to had a chance to discuss this with my wife due to the time difference, but in any case, it would be nice to get an unbiased opinion from those of you here. Yesterday, I decided that rather than stay in watching Netflix, I'd indulge in a night of live music at a nearby pub. I'm a lifelong introvert, but do enjoy live music and can usually convince myself to have a bit of a dance. As I arrived, the band was just stopping for a break. I went to the bar to order a drink, and as I waited to be served, a woman in her late 30s came up beside me and said, "Oh, you're tall." Now, it's not the first time I've heard this, given that I'm 6'3". She immediately apologized for saying that, before telling me that her ex was 6'6". All right. We probably spoke for about 5 minutes, after which she went back to her group of friends. She mentioned there were 6 of them She mentioned there were 6 of them out together. God, I am struggling. I apologize. The band started playing, and I decided to enjoy myself and have a dance. I'm not a good dancer, and I am terribly self-conscious. I noted that the woman I spoke with earlier was also on the dance floor with her friend group, which comprised of 3 women and 3 guys. It's only about 3. Oh. I'm pretty sure he's saying the dance floor. He just gives vague measurements. But he says it's only about 5 by 3 measurements. 5M by 3M. Whatever.
What does this have to do with the story? I'm not blaming you. I'm like, what is with people's... Okay, are you the asshole for taking too long with the story? Yes, you are. Because first and foremost, land the fucking plane. I don't understand this. You are typing out these 14,000 paragraphs with the ADHD generation of TLDR. Get to the fucking point.
To be fair,
because you're reading it.
Yeah.
But get to the fucking point. Bullet point. Paraphrase. Let's go.
You make a fair point.
Land the fucking plane.
I'll speak more on that in just a little bit. I didn't speak with her again, but one of the male friends in her group, Jack, name change, spoke with me over the course of the night. Once the band finished, I ordered one last drink. Jack spotted me and asked if I wanted a cigarette. I don't smoke, but was happy to chat. As we were talking, the woman I had spoken with earlier came out of the pub with her friends. She told Jack they were leaving, at which point I said bye. I said this to be polite and was taken aback by what happened. One of her friends and well-built men said, "Don't." While I'm sure I heard one of her female friends say, "Oh, she has Jesus Christ. Oh, she's not having a good whatever." And I couldn't hear the rest.
Bro,
I was
I'm
shocked
about to pull
and
the plug on this story. Come on.
I was shocked and said, "I don't know what you're talking about." The stalking men said, "Don't know what I'm talking about," or "Don't know what I'm talking about? I've been watching you all night. You're a creep." The irony of the sentence was lost on me, but I don't like confrontation, and I wasn't about to point that out. Not to mention that I clearly didn't want to escalate the situation. I shook my head in disbelief as they all headed off. I stood there for a while, finishing my pint, both surprised and upset to what just happened. I should probably just chalk this down to alcohol indulged behavior. I like to just focus on the the enjoyable experience I had listening to music and dancing. But all I am really thinking about is how upsetting that comment was and whether I'm in the wrong for saying goodbye when I probably didn't need to. I'm probably being overly sensitive here and I just needed to move on. But I'm curious whether you think I'm the a-hole for overstepping an unwritten social boundary here. Sorry for the flubs and the mishaps because this, again, I understand your point. There are literal paragraphs in this story.
Am I the asshole for letting this story play out? Short story, my ass.
Hey, I never said it was a short story.
Man wrote an editorial. Thank you, Wade. Thank you. I lost interest in the story about halfway through.
Yeah, that's
because fuck him.
So he's the asshole for writing multiple paragraphs for this story. But
Correct.
as for the scenario that he wrote out, no, I don't think he's an asshole. He's just being polite, and he literally did nothing except
He
for
didn't do
like.
anything wrong. She made a comment about his height and then compared it to her ex-boyfriend.
And then
The
he had small talk with one of the other guys there, and was just vibing on the dance floor by himself, away from the group.
Bitch, mind your business.
All right, let's see. I think we got time for like a few more left.
Yeah, we got about 10 more minutes for a couple more. So try to find some short ones because man,
Yeah,
these
that one.
motherfuckers think they're Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay, this is a bit of a shorter one, and I already know what you.
Hold on, let me reset. Let me do a
Yeah.
quick reset. For those who are just tuning in or watching on the replay, this is not the retro cartoon we watched tonight. We are trying something new. We are doing, hopefully once a week, answering mail, am I the assholes, conversation pieces, just to switch up things when cartoons get a little heavy. So considering today, we were going to do Dragon Ball Z, but technical difficulties on my end did not allow the stream to go on as scheduled. So we are doing the Am I the Asshole stories for the time being.
Yeah, and thank you for because I needed that drink of water.
Yeah.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my friend to not include her boyfriend in our conversations? Initial thoughts?
No, you're making a boundary with your friend and not spread your business.
All right. Okay, before you think why she can't include my boyfriend and stuff, her boyfriend and stuff, I get it. She can, but it gets to a point. I'm sorry, I'm reading Wade's comment.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, that person's an a-hole to everyone who hears my story. Exactly.
All right. I was okay with him hanging out with us because I was his friend too. 3 years before that they met, and I even helped them get together. I was fine with him eating with us, sitting with us, just practically hanging out with us. But when we are talking about our personal issues, I didn't want him to know about my problems. This is what I mean when it gets to a point. It would be fine if it were their problems because you're okay with sharing them to him. But my problems are getting included too. I didn't want him to know because it was a topic I was only comfortable telling women about. She kept mentioning her boyfriend even when I told her not to tell him. Anyways, I still like both of them as my friends, but I just didn't like that situation. Straight and simple, you're not the asshole. You're setting a boundary.
I don't know why that's a debate. That's pretty fucking cut and dry.
Like, what? I don't understand. Like, I have no other... I can see why you might think that you're the asshole because you're kind of excluding your friend's boyfriend in conversations, but those are personal conversations that you're having with your friend.
Right.
So...
Hey, Wade, if you're still here and you come across a Am I the Asshole, can you put it in the chat and we'll read it on air?
Bet. Also, this one's a little bit longer. I think this might be the last one, and I think this is the one that I tried to find that you would definitely resonate with. Okay. Am I the asshole for using professional language on an email I sent on behalf of my husband?
Sent an email for her husband, a professional email for her husband.
Sent an email using professional language, i.e., per my last email type professional language.
Was it to her husband or for her husband?
On behalf of her husband.
Okay, so she did it for him. Okay, so far no, but go ahead.
Okay. My 30 female husband, 43 male, accepted a new job as a part of the job that he needed to sign a consent form.
Hold up, time out. What's the age difference here?
So the wife is 30 and the husband is 43.
There's hope for me yet. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to restart anyways. My 30 female husband, 43 male, accepted a new job, and as a part of that job, he needed to sign a consent form. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a link. To send to his new employer so they could complete some type of background check or related thing. He tried to send this email a few times and it would not go through. He asked if I would send it, and I said I would. So I drafted the following pasted email. Okay. Attached here. Okay. Attached here. Please find the executed consent form for my husband. Thank you. I CC'd my husband on the email because he asked me to. 30 minutes go by and I get a text from him. OMG, what kind of overkill email was that? Facepalm. Okay. This was yesterday. So today I'm at work and I get another series of texts from him where he says essentially that he is completely embarrassed by me. That my email was inappropriate to send to his new employer. He said that he wants to retire from his job and my language was some kind of Tom Clancy some kind of Tom Clancy book out of colonial times. God, I can't say that word. He said I overcomplicated it tenfold and this is why he never asked me for help. He said every time I was involved, I tried to sabotage him and he regrets it. So there are 2 updates along with the story. But as of right now, your husband sounds like a dickhead.
Yes.
Because all you did was attach the consent form and just said, please see attached. Here's the executed consent form. That's it. What about that is like over-exaggerated or overkill? Like that is probably like the most quick, straight to the point emails in a professional manner that I have ever seen.
Correct.
The fuck do you mean that you think that you're the asshole? Anyways. So update number 1. When he asked me to send the PDF, we were on the phone and I read to him what I was typing and asked if it sounded okay, and he said yes. Okay. Update number 2. I work in the legal field, so this is professional. I work in the legal field, so this is professional for what I do for a living. He claims I'm the asshole for how I sent the email. Am I the asshole for the language I used in the email? No, you are not the asshole. You're fine here. Your husband's just upset at the fact that he feels embarrassed about how you sent it. I don't get it.
I don't understand his anger.
I don't either, because you said you were on the phone and your wife said, hey, this is what I'm saying in the email. Does this sound okay? And you said yes. Why are you upset about this? God.
Hey, Wade. I'm looking. I can't, for whatever reason, I can't copy and paste the link. But if it's the one about not changing my daughter's wedding venue, even though my sister's husband proposed to his 22-year-old mistress, that seems interesting.
You want to read that one?
Yeah, I'll try to be brief here.
Okay.
I, 51 female, put $20K non-refundable deposit on this gorgeous beachfront estate for my daughter. Let's call her Amy, 26 female. Her wedding is in September. Got it. So Amy's getting married in September. Mom Dukes put down $20K. Got it.
That's the best month for a birthday or for a wedding.
we booked it 18 months out. For context and without revealing too much, it's the venue in our area. It's Amy's dream wedding spot. Okay. Last month, my sister, let's call her Carol, Aunt Carol, find out her cheat husband, let's call him Mark, proposed to his co-worker. He's 50, she's 28. She was 22 when they started having an affair. So they've had an affair for 6 years. Okay. The woman posted engagement photos from the same venue. Specifically, the beautiful beach area where Amy plans to have her ceremony. Aunt Carol is obviously pissed and destroyed. She called me sobbing, begging me to change the venue. She says she can't watch Amy get married where Mark proposed to a girl younger than his own daughter. Can't smile for photos and all that shit. I feel sick for her. I do, but bullet point. $20K non-refundable deposit. Save the dates already sent. Amy's dreamed of this day. Everything else is booked. That is booked is already 3 times the price. Is she the asshole for not switching venues?
No, because it is just a series of unfortunate events for Aunt Carol, because you married a scumbag husband. Granted, again, that's not on you for marrying into them unless you knew about those problems prior.
With a 6-year affair.
With a 6-year affair with somebody that is essentially my age, which is terrifying. And he proposed to her at the same venue that your niece is getting married at. I understand that, yes, it is very traumatic and very upsetting, but you can't ask someone to switch venues for their wedding whenever they already have everything set up and they can't take back anything. Unless you're willing to reimburse them. By all means, go for it.
So here's my thing. Is Aunt Carol is the mom the asshole? No.
No.
This was planned 18 months out. It's last minute to change things. I get Aunt Carol's feelings.
Yes.
But Carol, if you're listening, if you're watching on Reddit or you're watching here on Twitch, it's not your wedding. It's not about you. I know it hurts. I've been cheated on. I get it. It's not about you. It's about your niece's wedding. Because what I'm also reading, I want to do TLDR, but it says that now Carol is not going to Thanksgiving because she feels betrayed by the family. And Carol's the asshole.
Yeah. But at the same time, again, we understand her feelings. She is justified to be pissed at her husband, but you can't ask your niece to change venues. That's where she is the asshole. OP is not the asshole. They're fine. And Carol's just unfortunately just not good at taking shit on the chin whenever it comes to that shit.
Literally. Taking it on the chin, literally. Sorry, that's my sense of humor. Okay, one more. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that if she has a problem with how I'm raising her kid, she can raise her herself? Okay, that's how it starts.
Damn.
I, 19-year-old male, lives at home with my parents. My sister, 24-year-old female, has a 1.5-year-old daughter. Ruth isn't exactly the greatest mom. She does do whatever Ruth wants her to do. And the mom, I guess, is more of an... Okay, let me just rephrase this then. I'm trying to protect people's names here. Ruth is the mom Scarlett's the daughter.
Mhm.
Ruth isn't exactly the greatest mom. She does do whatever Ruth wants to do, so she just does what she wants. And Scarlett's more of an afterthought and not a priority. My parents and I are basically raising Scarlett at this point, and when Ruth decides she wants to be a mom, then she gets involved. I don't love it, but I've taken on a lot of responsibilities with my niece because I want to see her live the best life possible. Yesterday morning, mind you, this person's 19. Yesterday morning, my niece was calling for me when she woke up from a nap. So I did the usual Uncle Piccolo routine of changing her, reading to her, and getting her a snack. I'm just throwing Uncle Piccolo to make the story more interesting.
And I'm making her bunny go hop hop.
I'm making the bunny go hop hop. Finally chopped carrots. About halfway through her snack, finally chopped carrots, Ruth comes downstairs. Way to join us, Mom. And when she noticed that I'd given her bananas, finally chopped, she got mad. She said, I shouldn't feed her bananas because she'll just mush her into the high chair and it'll be a big mess for me to clean up later. She said it would make her life harder and that I'm being annoying. I told her that if she's got a problem with how I'm caring for my niece while you're taking a goddamn nap, raising your child, then you can start looking after your goddamn self. And let's face it, she probably wouldn't even be cleaning the bananas up anyway. It would probably be me or my parents. She got mad and said that I had no right to judge her parenting skills and that I don't know how hard it is being a single mom. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that if she has a problem with how I'm helping to raise her fucking kid, she can do it herself?
No, you are not the asshole. You're standing on business and you're taking care of a child that's being neglected by their own mother.
10 toes down business, taking care of it.
You are literally being the Uncle Piccolo.
Bunnies is going hop hop, cucumbers and tofu, flying around, and he's there. The grill master is there. So again, this is a 19-year-old who's helping to take care of his older sister's 1.5-year-old daughter and the parents because they all live at home. So I'm going to use my psychology skills here for a split second and tell you I've had clients like this. They have the Peter Pan syndrome where even though they're adults, even though they have responsibilities, flying in and out of people's lives, even though you have responsibilities. This is very common. Now, I think what needs to happen, not against the child by any stretch of the imagination, is some tough love needs to happen for the sister. We ain't watching her. We ain't your babysitter. I'm not feeding her. If something goes wrong, I got her back. But aside from that, she's your daughter. So don't ask us to do it if you got a problem with the way we're doing it.
Yeah.
Cut and dry.
Yeah. Again, it's not to say that they won't take care of her. They will. They're just not supposed to be doing it consistently. That's the mom's job.
Correct. This is like Gohan leaving Piccolo to take care of Pan while he works for the university or whatever, looking at the golden beetles.
They go Super Saiyans.
Don't be mad at Piccolo because he's mad that you are neglecting your daughter and now he has to train her and watch her and now he has to yell at Goku to be a grandfather. This is the entire Sun family's fault.
I love, even whenever we are not watching Dragon Ball, we somehow implement Dragon Ball into our conversation.
I agree. Okay, one more Dragon Ball, and we can talk about it because we've both seen it. Is Android 18 the asshole because they are living at Master Roshi's rent-free and they don't have any money, but she's telling Krillin that he needs to get a job?
No, because she's standing on business, like saying, hey, you need to go get a fucking job. I don't know if I can do shit because I'm an android, I can't age, and I'm probably wanted everywhere for almost murdering everyone.
She's also 10 times stronger than her husband.
Yeah. And that's also a good point. She's not the asshole for living rent-free at Kame House. Because she is the strongest person there. If shit happens, she can literally protect everyone on that small-ass island. She's fine.
I would say she's an asshole only because she's using the pregnancy against Krillin, because she probably could have said this a long time ago. She didn't mind living at Roshi's house when it was just them, and she was living rent-free. But all of a sudden now I'm pregnant. Whoops. Nah, y'all could have thought about that sooner. They were living with Roshi for 4 years apparently before she got pregnant with Marin. So nah, dog. You had 4 years. This is both y'all faults. Don't blame Krillin.
But I'm also thinking about the Dragon Shorts because they did a small animation of this.
That's why I'm referencing it.
Yeah. Because they're happy that they're having a kid. But 18 is telling Krillin, we need to move out. I don't want our kid to be around him. Either to be uncomfortable around him or to unintentionally pick up his like niche, which is no, we don't grow up to be a Roshi, people.
Yeah. So we'll call it here. This has been, again, guys, this is experimental. Am I the asshole? I am an asshole. I proudly salute my assholedom because life is too short to continuously just bend over backwards for people who aren't grateful. So if that makes me an asshole, I wear the medal. I'm that meme popping the champagne bottle and I'm third place. I'm an asshole. I will gladly do that.
As for me, I'm fine. I will try to advocate for other people who say they're in the wrong or think they're in the wrong, but try to see if we can shift it a little bit to make sure if there's another way that you can make sure that you're not the asshole. But if you are, then yes, you are.
If you have to ask numerous times, you might be the asshole. So on that note, we'll catch you next time on the rewatch, or in this case, Damon G Chats. See you next time, folks.